Hey, greetings, my friends. James from the best network is coming to you today in this Marketing Sensei episode, and I'm pretty excited because I have the Hippie Jedi, none other than Justin Verrengia on the line. I met this guy a little over a year ago out in Miami, and he was tucked away in this corner against this wall, and there was like a crowd over him, right? And I could just feel his energy. And then I just walked up to Justin, and I just said, "Hey, hello, how's it going?" And he was so cool and down to earth. And every single time I reach out to him and connect with him and ask him a question, he's always willing to share. So I know that this is going to be an impactful, powerful training for those of you that decide and pay attention to every single word that we share, because it's going to be super powerful. So, with that being said, Justin, I just want to bring you out and just say welcome, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, James. Thanks for having me out here. It's a true honor to share with all your viewers and listeners, and just appreciate the friendship. I know I get to connect with you for a little bit at each and every event, and I know the ones who show up at the events are dead serious about their dreams, so willing to help anyone who's as serious as I am about, helping others attain freedom, so it's an honor.
Awesome. The one thing I would want you to start with, share your story for people that don't know you and know where you come from. Just give some insight to who you are as a person and an individual that's led to where you're currently at today, bro.
Totally, James. I feel the best way to describe myself is a spiritual being stuck in this physical body. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can relate to that, but I'm just very much into my spirituality, and I think I bring something unique to the table, such as yourself, James, and it's like embracing your true weird self, embracing who you truly are as an entrepreneur. I believe that's the secret to our success. But where was I in life 3 years ago? Well, let me take you 4 years ago, back in 2011, living in China. My wife and I were overseas. We were English teachers, teaching English to the Chinese students. Our salary was $1,200 a month, which is really not a lot of money. But in China, in the city we lived in Taiyuan, it's actually a lot of money there. It's like what doctors made, because it's a high poverty city. Actually, one of the most highest poverty places I've ever been to, meaning if you walk on the streets, there's a lot of beggars, and there's children who have no food and no shoes and no clothes, and they'll run up to you and they'll hug your leg and they'll say, give me money in Chinese. But that's the type of lifestyle and conditions we were living in, and it was by choice. We wanted to travel abroad and get to broaden our horizon, and at the same time do something impactful like teaching children. So it was rewarding in a lot of ways, but it was it had us. We weren't earning a lot. We weren't able to save up much money. Then we moved from China back to Costa Rica after we were able to save up after living in China for 13 months. And we were living across the street from the beach, living in a 300 square foot studio apartment, rented out for $450 a month. Beautiful location, but living inside of a box. But it was cool. It was definitely better living conditions than China. So we were grateful to be in that area of our life just 3 years ago. But that's literally 3 years ago. And the truth of the matter is, we were struggling to afford our rent for $450 a month to, going on to do some phenomenal things and become seven-figure income earners in this industry, because we went to our first event. This was in June of 2012 in Atlanta, Georgia. Everything transformed from that point on. We got back from that event. We made $26,000. Again, results not typical, but it's possible when you follow your dream and get around other successful people. And then after that following month, we did over $30,000, and we've never made less than $30,000 a month ever since then. So it has completely transformed and revolutionized our lives. And the greatest reward of it all is, teaching others how to embrace their spirituality and tap into their higher selves, and teaching others to meditate, teaching others about the law of attraction, because that's truly, the secret to our success is, embracing who you truly are.
Absolutely. And you touched on it a little bit about the law of attraction. I've talked about it with a few other people on this Marketing Sensei series. What would you feel that you would, if you were to explain the law of attraction to someone who doesn't quite understand it yet and is still in the process of, buying the books, buying the CDs, listening to, how would you, explain it to them so that they can start to ramp up manifesting results faster in their lives?
Well, in 3 words, thoughts become things, You need to realize audio, we can't see audio. You can't see it, right? Unless you got some superpowers or some extrasensory perception. However, it's real. You can't deny the fact that audio waves are real. You can't deny the fact that there's EMF waves, which is like radiation from cell phones. We just can't see it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And the same with our thoughts. Just because you don't see your thoughts transmitting out there to the universe doesn't mean that they're not real and that they don't exist. So just understand that every single thought is going somewhere and it's coming back and it's controlling your life in one way or shape or form. And most of us just don't realize that. So once we can become conscious of our thinking, just like if you're studying meditation, become conscious of your breathing, the same thing. We need to realize if we have negative thoughts 90% of the time in our day, it's going to be a direct reflection in your business and in your personal life. And I believe that's why most people struggle.
Got it. Now, let's talk a little bit about methods. You know, we have a little bit of time left in this interview, so of course people great big results, right, where you're making at least $30,000 per month. But how did you do it, right? If you could give someone a preview, so to speak, of, you know, what it is that you do and how they can start using it and implementing it in their business on a daily basis, what would you suggest to people?
Become a master at a traffic generation technique. And you know, the truth is, you can understand meditation and qigong, the art of cultivating vital energy, and you could understand the law of attraction, but unless you actually take action and consistently develop a skill set on some sort of, if you're in a business, that is, on advertising. I mean, if you don't understand advertising, it's going to be very difficult to have success in your business, and it's just the dead honest truth. So for me, I created that success from blogging, creating very valuable content, putting a lot of energy, putting a lot of time in it, becoming a student of learning that technique until it became profitable. Now, the truth is, I was blogging for years before having success with blogging, but I wasn't learning from the right mentors. I believe it's who we choose to model after can help us have success a lot faster. I believe if I had the right mentors in my life many years ago, I could have been successful a lot earlier on, but I believe that every circumstance and situation has a divine purpose. There were lessons in life I had to learn and go through firsthand. So to sum it up, become good at mastering traffic. There's a lot of traffic generation methods out there. Blogging's my favorite because when I started, I was poor and I didn't have any money for advertising, and all I had was a blog. So I had to figure out a way to make it work. And here's my philosophy in life and in business. If there's someone else out there successfully succeeding with blogging or whatever traffic generation method, you can do it too. You just got to learn what it is that they're doing and make it work in, you know, your life. So blogging was the biggest transformation for me. We started generating, I don't know, 20, 30 leads a day consistently. And truth be told, if you have the right system and you're plugged into the right mentors, the right community, 30 leads a day consistently can get you to 30,000 a month. You have to have a good product, you know, good products, and, you know, everything has to be in place. But that's what happened for us. We started consistently generating over 30 leads a day and doing that, and, you know, it just transformed everything in our business. And then when scaling up and doing paid advertising, and I had to learn another skill set because I had no skills with paid ads such as Facebook PPC, but I learned how to do it. And I treat advertising, especially paid ads, as gambling. You walk into a casino, there's no guarantee you're going to win. Chances are you're going to lose more times than you win. But the secret is diversifying your funds. So for example, if I have $100 budget to place ads on Facebook, I'm going to place several ads. I may do $2.50 an ad, understanding most of them are going to be unsuccessful. You never know what headline's going to work. You never know what capture page is going to convert the highest until you actually do it. But if you actually diversify your spending and don't put all your eggs in one basket, you can say, wow, these 9 ads sucked. They're not profitable. I'll never do that again. But this one ad, this is working. I'm generating leads for like 90 cents. My conversions are high. My click-throughs are good. And then focusing your energy on the ad that actually works, you're not gambling anymore. You know what I mean? You're just, you're doing things smart as any advertiser or smart entrepreneur would do, and that's what we started to do to scale our business, and that's how we got to over $100,000 a month, was with Facebook PPC, scaling up the successful ads, understanding that most our ads are going to flop. You know, not every ad you place is going to be a victory. It's just the dead honest truth. I've never met anybody in my career who had success with all their ads. So if you're going to do paid advertising, allocate money for it and don't have any emotional attachment to it. Just like if you walked into a casino, you're not going to spend the last $100 you have, which you need to feed your kids. But if you set aside like a real business owner and allocate an ad budget and you say, hey, if I lose this money, I learn a lesson. I'm not really going to lose if I gain the lesson out of it, because it'll help me get somewhere that I wasn't before. And if you have this mentality, you won't really lose. So that was the mentality. I started allocating 20% of my earnings back into my paid ads, and I was able to scale up. And you know, I think it was, we had 5 months in a row we earned over $100,000 along with my wife. Results not typical, but it's possible when you perfect the skill set and you dedicate yourself for mastery. It wasn't overnight, but with long haul persistence, it could happen really for anybody who has a dream to make it happen.
Awesome, awesome. And to be honest with you, bro, I think that you hit the nail on the head, and we should just wrap it up there, right? This has been an awesome, impactful interview, Justin. I just want to say I love and appreciate the fact that you made the time for it. For those of you, if someone wants to get a hold of you, someone wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way for them to personally connect with you?
Probably the best way would just be hippiejedi.com. I think it's HIPPIEJEDI.com. It'll give you access to this free video training series, all shot in HD. I invested a lot of money to put it together, and it's truthfully some of my best training, and I just offer it for free because I'm a firm believer, just like you, James, by delivering massive value to the marketplace, it comes back, 100 times fold. And the same way you're doing these interviews with very successful leaders, and you're doing it and just sharing it and openly giving it away. And I believe that's the secret to success. So anyone can reach out to me there and connect with me.
Awesome, bro. Well, once again, I appreciate you for coming out and making the time. And for those of you that have been watching, use what Justin shared. Take his mindset, right? One of the things that I'm doing whenever I'm interviewing anyone on this Marketing Sensei series is I am just, diving into their mindset and the way that they think, because that's the real secret, guys. The traffic strategies are out there. The training is out there. We have training available. But it's really about the way that you think is what's going to allow you to create the results that you want for yourself. Like Justin said, thoughts are things. So this is, the end of this particular Marketing Sensei episode. Justin, appreciate you. And this is James Jordan, best networker alive, signing off, and we will see you in the next training. Take care.
Namaste, man. Peace.